Hello, everybody. Let's look at this very interesting, very important full moon happening on the 17th of January in the evening, of course, which is happening in sidereal Cancer, on the 4 degrees of Cancer. And of course, the sun will be in Capricorn. Very interesting full moon because two other very important planets apart from the sun and the moon take place, and these are Mercury and Saturn, both in the very moment of their disappearance. Take a look please at my video, also published here on YouTube today, on the same day, which is about the disappearance of Saturn. You will see then, because it is related to my prognosis, and you will see then how significant this full moon is. So I mentioned in my other video about this. I'll be very brief in order not to repeat, but I mentioned briefly that Saturn disappears tomorrow, 18th of January, and with his disappearance he takes away what he means, which is some structures, some people of power, elderly people, unfortunately, and much more, but you can look at my video, which is not that long. But what is happening? What is the role of the moon? The moon in this particular full moon, which will have importance for the next 2 weeks for sure. So this full moon is kind of multiplying the effect of the disappearance of Saturn and Mercury. Saturn disappears in a degree where we have the pigeon without head, where we have liars, people who participate in deception. And Saturn disappears in this degree, and the moon by opposition is multiplying the effects of his disappearance. So this is another step towards the change of the agenda, which started, which was furthered by the first appearance of Mars in December in Scorpio. But I explained this in another video. I don't want to repeat it again. So the full moon in this very powerful, very intuitive place, Cancer, is signifying the disappearance of lies, which will be, I hope, will not be replaced by another lies, but with the appearance of Saturn on the 3rd of March, new information, facts, truth will come up. But Saturn and the opposition of the moon, this full moon signifies furthers the change of the agenda, the change of the matrix as it is. Also, of course, what is more powerful for our intuition, further awakening, the moon in Cancer. This moon is very powerful for these things, for enhancing our intuition. And by the way, the full moons are something very interesting. Many people, I personally love, there is for me no better period in the month than the full moon, but other people, some people don't like the full moons. They feel worried, they feel overly maybe emotional or melancholic. It can give multiple emotional scenarios. You see, the full moon is very, very tricky and very individual story. And you know already how the full moons work on you because we've had so many of them. So if you just pay attention, you will know how the full moon influence your lives. But this full moon is, of course, very strong with the karmic presence of Saturn and Mercury in Capricorn, and of course, moon on her throne, rulership in Cancer, very strong. If you want to do spiritual activities, if you want to meditate, if you want to learn, if you want to teach others, this is the time. Tomorrow as well, beautiful, beautiful time. If you want to pray for your families, pray for whatever you feel like in terms of spiritual activities, brilliant, in benevolent way, not harming others for sure. So this is also, this full moon is forming, you know, I think this is term of the modern astrology, but I noticed that it has significance because this full moon is forming what they call the Yod sign, meaning of importance. Just take it as karmic, spiritual importance. Yes, it is related to change of the agenda too, like the agenda of the pandemic. Oh, this is going to be changed, and I predicted this previously, and we see this already happening, and it will be furthered after this full moon. It is important full moon. So benefit from this full moon in a good way, without being worried, without being melancholic. Just use it as a very good opportunity to do your spiritual activities, to research, to know, to enhance your intuition. Probably this full moon can give you interesting dreams which would have predictive value or information. So let's see what is happening day by day for the next 15 days. So okay, so we're looking at the 18th of January, Tuesday. What is happening actually under, of course, the influence of the full moon. Very strong day, very not good for medical interventions at all. Too strong, too we don't know what, too much. Very benevolent for sharing your knowledge with others, doing empathic deeds. This will be seen and noticed and appreciated by this world and also by our parallel worlds. Helping others, researching, healing, traveling, really not also. It is a bit tricky, but it is mainly for spiritual practices, for knowledge, for teaching others, helping others, medical interventions not. The day will be ruled by Mars. So if you would like to enhance your connection with the planets, like helping your horoscopes, it would be great. Let's say you welcome the sun in the morning, and then you know Mars is ruling. You imagine red aura around yourselves, healing, giving you energy, energizing you, and you can wear a ruby. Then we look at Wednesday, 19th of January, 15th lunar day. The moon still is in this very strong position like the day before. So you can do a lot, you can meditate, do spiritual activities. Traveling really not very appropriate. These are tricky 2 days with the disappearance of Saturn. We have to be very careful not to take risks. I remember on such day, Saturn was disappearing, the moon was invisible. I had a foot injury, so it is really to be careful. Yes, so on this day, avoid if you can traveling, no medical interventions. The day is great for knowledge, and above all, the day is ruled by Mercury. You welcome the sun, you imagine yellow-green aura around yourselves, you imagine how you receive knowledge, how you're enriching your knowledge, you receive information, and you can wear emerald on this day. Then we have 20th of January, Thursday, 16th lunar day, ruled by Jupiter. Abundance, very benevolent day. But again, the moon is still in Cancer, still in this position where we need to be careful, now less than the day before. So, but still be careful when traveling. No medical intervention, really not. Spiritual activities, sharing knowledge, researching, helping others, arranging your home, giving attention to family members, spending time with your family at home, arranging your home, your office. Oh, this is brilliant to do. And because it is Thursday, you welcome the sun, you imagine orange, yellow aura, and you can wear citrine. And then we have Friday, 21st of January, the moon is in brilliant position with the star Regulus. Courage, courage to do just anything, power. Like when you have something important to do that you've been postponing forever, now try to organize yourselves. You manage, you have courage. If you have to need to have conversation with somebody that you've been postponing, now you have the courage. Very good to travel. You can do medical interventions, you can travel, you can do just a lot. It is about enlightenment, to study, sharing your knowledge. Very good day. Medical interventions, absolutely yes. This is about 17th lunar day, and it is ruled by Venus. So you imagine the aura around yourselves. You know, you're welcoming the sun, and then you imagine the aura around yourselves to be white or pink, and you can wear a diamond or pink quartz, let's say. Then you have 22nd of January, Saturday, 18th lunar day. Brilliant for astrological activities or other serious ancient esoteric science. Medical interventions, yes. Traveling, yes. It's really very good day for enlightenment. Again, if you need courage, use the day for doing something, for completing something. Very good day for completing important activities. And because it is Saturday, it is ruled by Saturn, you welcome the sun, and you imagine the aura around yourself to be amethyst after you welcome the sun, and you can wear amethyst. Then you have 19th lunar day, Sunday, January 23. This day of the sun, you welcome the sun. The sun is ruling your day. And you can imagine the aura around yourself to be healing you. You can expose your spine to the sun, and you can wear ruby or garnet. It is a day when the moon is in a place very much about knowledge. Any knowledge, studying, traveling, negotiation, sharing knowledge with others. By the way, I forgot to tell you, the 2 days before, good for medical interventions. This day, which is Sunday, if somebody is doing this on Sunday, good for medical interventions, for a lot, for completing business, for completing closing patch of administrative work, or completing education. Very good. Teaching others, researching, getting knowledge, traveling, very good. Medical interventions, good day. I told you, Sunday. And then we have Monday, 24th of January, 20th lunar day. Again, very good day for medical interventions. You can travel, even you can negotiate, you can structure your knowledge, you can structure your administration, your bookkeeping, your school, your studies, all this. You can study, you can travel. It is Monday, day of the moon, so you face the sun in the morning, and after that you imagine the aura around yourself to be light blue or green, and you can wear pearl. And then we have 25th of January, Tuesday, 21st lunar day. Is a little bit critical, to be careful, not to get involved into risky situations when we travel, not to be a little bit careful. Medical interventions, actually you may, because the moon is well placed for speech. The moon is with speaker, for speech, for sharing your knowledge, for negotiations, for travel, it's okay. But because it is a critical lunar day, be a bit more careful. It is ruled by Mars, so you face the sun, then you imagine the martial red energy around yourselves, which is giving you energy, which is giving you drive. to proceed, and you can wear a ruby. Then we have 26th of March, Wednesday, 22nd lunar day. The moon is in very good degrees for art, creating beauty, design, exact knowledge, structuring your work, mathematics, finances, exact knowledge, very good in this sense. Not good for medical interventions, not very appropriate for travel, not very appropriate for negotiations, but to do the activities which I listed would be wonderful for spiritual work, for creating beauty, exploring talents, very nice. And this is Wednesday, the day of Hermes, Mercury. You welcome the sun, you imagine the aura around yourself to be light green or light yellow. And you can wear emerald or green aventurine, for example. Yeah. Then you have 27th of January, Thursday, 23rd lunar day. Again, wonderful degree of the moon for design, creating beauty, better for traveling than previous day, better for medical interventions, super for creating beauty, design, structuring your bookkeeping, finding time for exact knowledge. Really, really very good. This day is ruled by Jupiter. You welcome the sun. You imagine the aura around yourselves to be yellow or orange, and you can wear yellow sapphire, let's say, on this day. Then we have January 28th, Friday 24th lunar day. The moon is in the so-called sacred degrees of knowledge in Scorpio. Great degrees for knowledge, for people who are really truly researching, digging into the secret, occult world knowledge, people who are into the natural sciences, who are into healing. Great results you will get with that. Medical interventions not, negotiations not. If you travel, you may, but be a little bit careful. But no, it is okay. Friday, you welcome the sun in the morning when the sun is rising, and you imagine the aura around yourselves to be light, white, or pink, and you can wear a pink quartz. Then you have Saturday, 29th of January, 25th lunar day. The moon is conjoined very powerful star in Scorpio, related to, which gives it again these people who are in deep knowledge of the ancients, natural sciences, healing, medical sciences. These degrees are not appropriate for medical interventions, but for advancing in your knowledge and profession, they are very good. Also, on this day, you may travel, not negotiate. New beginnings, I forgot to mention, after the moon started waning, immediately after the full moon, new beginnings are not appropriate, but I'm listing for what they are. The days are appropriate. It is Saturday, day of Saturn. You welcome the sun. You imagine the aura around yourselves to be amethyst, and you can wear an amethyst. Day of knowledge, serious spiritual activities, natural healing. I mentioned that, yes, no medical interventions. Then we have 30th of January, which is Sunday, not good for medical interventions. Very emotional day, very tricky, very philosophical. We will have powers to research, to know, to teach others, yes. not for medical interventions, not for negotiations, well to study, well to very tricky day. What can we do on this day? It is a Sunday. Well, it is very philosophical. What to tell you? It is helping others, doing benevolent actions for others, but really no medical interventions. Most probably not travel. I'm worried because the moon is applying to aspect with Mars, so we need to be a bit careful on this day. Sunday, 30th of January, we welcome the sun. We know the sun is ruling the day, and we imagine the healing power of the solar rays, especially on our spine, which is giving us healing and energy. Then we have Monday, which will be 31st of January, which will be the 27th lunar day, day for completion. Medical interventions we may do, we may complete business, complete action, closures, close what we want to close in any sense. Discuss, negotiate to close. Medical interventions, yes, you can even travel. New beginnings, if you don't this day, they may fail. This is Monday, day of the moon. You welcome the moon. You imagine the moon is ruling. First of all, you welcome the sun, and you imagine the moon. Excuse me. You welcome the sun, and you imagine after that the moon is ruling your day. You imagine the aura light green, and you can wear pearl or larimar, or you can wear moonstone. Day good for completion. Also, the 1st of January, which is Tuesday, which would be, let me see, the day of the lunar invisibility. This is about Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday. The moon appears. So these next 2 days, not good for medical interventions. Really, we cannot do much. We can simply, the ancients, I was telling you, during the last days of when we're completing the lunar month, they would spend time in the temple or in solitude. They would contemplate. They would not do much. It is mainly for our inner, well, maybe development, knowledge, solitude. It's about ourselves. This is about these very last 2 days, not to do much. If you start any business, or if you do medical interventions, or if you travel, you may fail. So ladies and gentlemen, this was my description, prognosis about the next 2 weeks to ahead after this very powerful full moon. Take a look at my video about Saturn, because it is somehow connected. Will give you additional information, and see you very soon.